Siddhartha Gautama was born around 563 BC in a small tribal state governed by his father in the foothills of the Himalayas. His birth is said to be miraculous. He was able to walk immediately after his birth, and whenever he stepped, a lotus flower would appear. His physical features suggested that he would be either a universal savior or conqueror. Gautama lived in a pampered and sheltered life in palaces and parks in order that he would never experience sorrow. He married his cousin at 16 and had a son, and he excelled in the studies that would prepare him to succeed his father as governor. According to devout Buddhists, he became dissatisfied with his comfortable life when he experienced the full range of human existence, which they call the four sights of Siddhartha. While riding toward a park in a chariot, Gautama saw a man made miserable by age and frailty. Frail, hunched over, with white hair and few teeth. When he asked about the man, Gautama learned that all human beings grow old and weak. On later outings, Gautama saw a sick man and a corpse, from whose fate he learned that disease and death are features of the human condition. Finally, he noticed a monk traveling in distinctive dress, and he learned that there are some who withdraw from this life to lead holy lives and perfect their spiritual quality. In light of this misery that he witnessed, Gautama determined that he would take up the ascetic life and wander around to help him understand suffering. Around 534 BC, Gautama left his wife, his family, and the comforts of his home in order to seek the life of a holy man. He wandered the Ganges Valley, searching for enlightenment and an explanation for suffering. He suffered a while by begging, and then abandoned society altogether to live as a hermit. He found that he could not fast, because it would make him weak and unable to concentrate on the eternal. After 6 years of fasting, he repudiated the path of austerity, seeing them as leading him not to salvation, but to frustration. He resumed eating and began meditating on human nature and the cosmos. As he sat one day beneath a tree, he decided that he would remain there until he understood suffering. For 49 days he sat in meditation, and various demons tempted him with pleasures and threatened him to shake his resolve. Eventually the demons withdrew, and Gautama prevailed. He received enlightenment. He understood both suffering and the means to eliminate it. At that point he became Buddha, the enlightened one. The Buddha announced his doctrine about 528 BC in a sermon to promulgate the law of righteousness. His teachings quickly attracted attention, and his disciples came from all parts of the Ganges Valley. He organized them into communities of monks who would wear only yellow robes and have begging bowls. They traveled on foot, preached Buddha's doctrines, and sought handouts for meals. For more than 40 years, the Buddha led his disciples throughout northern India. About 483 BC, around 80 years old, he died after leaving his companions with a final message, and I quote, "All component things age and decay. Work hard to gain your own salvation."